Hello. Hello there, I'm Brionac95. Here with me I have Lornoveo as my commentator.
Hello everyone.
And this is Distance. This is a futuristic racing game where like the car can do really crazy stuff. And we're gonna see it right.
The car can jump.
Yeah, we're gonna see it right now, in a while. The categories I'm gonna play are Adventure, Campaign Plus, and Lost Vegas Default, which are basically the two main campaigns of the game. But the first one, I'm gonna play it with the Campaign Plus cheat, which basically enables all the abilities of the car, and I'm gonna explain this in a while. While Lost Vegas, I'm gonna play this by default. As a car for the first campaign, I'm gonna use the Encryptor, which is like this skeleton car. You're gonna see later why I'm using this one, at least for this one. So the timer is gonna last for both the campaigns, so I'm gonna go quickly from one to another, and I guess we can just go in 3, 2, 1, go!
Woo! Good luck! Let's go.
So, we basically just skipped a cutscene level, and we're gonna do another skip of another cutscene by restarting the first level, and we are on the first level of this campaign. So basically, what is the lore of Distance? So basically, you have this big enemy virus that he's overtaking
The world.
No, it's overtaking a station upon Earth.
Basically the world.
That was built by humans.
Okay.
After some natural disasters on Earth, and basically this virus is overtaking the station, and our car works as an antivirus basically, and we need to defeat this virus and go back to Earth to report the data. So on this game, your car, other than accelerating, steering, and turning, can do other kind of stuff like jumping, using wings, using top thrusters to grip either on the ground or eventually fly like this, upside down. This technique is called grip flight, and basically it's faster than flying with wings in a straight line, because basically wings reduce your top speed. But yeah, basically by combining all your abilities, you can basically find your own path between each level to basically complete it. Each level goes from point A, from point B, and the campaign is divided, as I said, in sectors. This is the first sector of the first campaign. This technically works as a tutorial for boosting, because our car also has a rear booster, which we could use for like going faster basically. But it comes with a cost. Basically, if we use the booster too much, the car will overheat and eventually we will explode. So how do we cool down the car? Basically by doing tricks. As you can see, like there is like some kind of counter near the car, which tells like how many electron volts we collected. This is the first level done, by the way. Basically, the car cools down the more electron volts you collect, and there are various tricks to cool down. There is the barrel roll, which is the most common one. There are wall rides, ceiling rides, and there are also other more complex tricks that I will explain later. So basically on the first level there were little to no obstacles, but from the second level onwards obstacles start to appear a little bit more on the track. But as I said before, I can make my own path, because every surface in this game is rideable. You can ride everywhere, except for kill grids, which are basically grids that kill you instantly. So we don't really want to go there. But except for that, if we know how to cool down our car and combine that with like clever routing, we can basically finish every level with boosting. So this is also the second level done already.
Nice.
And
Pretty clean.
yeah. On the levels, other than obstacles, there are also other objects that are important, which I need to explain. There are checkpoints, which basically register your latest checkpoint that you collected. So if you crash, you basically respawn on that previous checkpoint. If you hit a cooldown ring, it will basically cool down your car by 50%. So you can actually rest a bit instead of doing tricks. There are those are the main ways of cooling down your car other than tricks. And it is important to collect checkpoints, because if you crash, you obviously start on the last checkpoint you collected. But we're skipping a lot in this game. Like, there are many skips that you do in this game. So sometimes we don't even hit them. So not in this level, but in the next one, we're basically not hitting any checkpoints. And if we do a mistake that costs us our death, we have to restart from the beginning. So taking risks, taking a skip. Oh, okay, I crashed. That's fine. That's fine. I hit a checkpoint, so that's fine. And I was on the beginning of the level, so that's okay. But yeah, hitting a checkpoint, it's very important, because otherwise we would have to redo the level from the beginning and lose a lot of time. This level, which is called Entanglement, normally it would introduce you to the Wings ability. But as I said before, we're playing on Campaign Plus, so we have all the abilities already. And on this level, this level actually also introduces you to teleporters, which basically bring you from one point to the map to another. And we're gonna take an hidden one, this one.
The triangle teleporter. This is the most famous teleporter in the game.
I mean, this is actually a meme that goes around with the Italian speedrun community, but yeah, that was just an hidden teleporter. There are basically hidden teleporters scattered around maps, all the maps basically of the main adventure, and they basically make you go further into the level. So we must take them, because obviously we don't want to lose time. In these campaigns, there are also cutscene triggers, which can be skipped, because basically they're mostly circular, but also invisible. So to skip them, we just go around them, and we don't trigger important cutscenes that will save us several seconds. By passing here, I just skipped one cutscene trigger, and so yeah, basically I saved a little bit of time. And the fourth level is done already, and we're going into automation, which is the fifth level of this campaign. And on this level, we already start to kind of see the effects of the virus on the whole space station that the humans built. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention this, but basically on this game, the human race is probably extinct, and
so who's driving the car?
Actually, it's a drone that is driving the car.
Oh, that's
because this is not the main car. This is like a special car, as I said. It's unlocked by doing a special task in another game mode. But yeah, normally, basically, the car is driven by like some sort of drone. But yeah, this level is basically a little more dark in tones. Like we can see these yellow roads. But yeah, on this level there's a lot of building parkourings, and there's also this short, this little shortcut there, which can save us a lot of bit of time. And this brings us actually near the teleporter of the near the final teleporter of the level, which will bring us to the end zone. And there is one thing that I need to explain on the next level. I will take a little bit of time to explain it. But yeah, as you see right here, the virus has already taken over this space station. And yeah, the next level is going to be even more dark in tones. But there are a few objects that I didn't explain how they work in this game. basically there is this thing that is called a drag trigger. So basically, it reduces your air resistance of your car, so making it faster. But it can also reduce your air resistance of your car rolling. So even controlling the car in midair can be even harder. Oh yeah, I didn't mention it, but every movement I do with this car is completely manual. There's, apart from the wings rolling. Oh, I need to land here because I
Oh, nice.
I almost almost screwed up. But yeah, here's the drag trigger. It's always like it's always highlighted by some kind of effects, and by taking it, we basically have less air resistance and we basically go faster. Here, there is actually one cutscene that we skip, which is actually very important, but we skip it by this teleporter. On this cutscene, basically, we face for the first time the virus that is taking over the space station, but we don't care. We just go as fast as we can, and we take that teleporter. Next level is called Embers, and this actually is quite an infamous one, because basically there is one hidden teleporter that is really hard to take full speed, and a lot of the new players actually crash a lot here. But I'm gonna try to take it full speed. On this level, normally on the adventure with no campaign plus cheat, we basically lose the ability of wings, but instead we get the ability of thrusters, as like these ones I'm using right now. And so it's meant as a tutorial for using thrusters. But yeah, basically with this campaign plus cheat, we have all abilities all the time. So it was just for reference, for understanding like how levels are structured. So basically, you unlock normally you unlock abilities one after another. Okay, there I needed to land a trick. I didn't, but it's okay. Okay, this is the teleporter. This is the Indian teleporter that we need to take. Hopefully, woo! It was very close on taking it full speed, but I didn't have enough cooldown of the car. But I just let go of boost for a little bit, and I'm completely fine. As you can see, obstacles start to be a little more aggressive on these levels because the virus has taken over the sector, and it doesn't want us to reach the teleporter that brings to Earth, because basically after we defeat the virus, we actually need to go back to Earth to let the base station on Earth analyze the data to prevent another virus to take over the city. Because this virus is basically both technological and organical. It's something that has never appeared before. Okay, isolation. On this level, I need to explain a few things. So basically, there are, like, as you saw, there are a few obstacles on the track, like rotating saws, like you can see. And the fact is that you can actually exploit saws to go faster, and I'll try to use one here. But there is also another skip, which is on this level, which involves an hidden teleporter. But the hidden teleporter is placed on the road, and it barely clips between the road and under it. So basically, if we cross the teleporter upside down, we can actually clip underside the road and save a little bit of time because there's a nice skip there. So let's try. Okay,
oh,
I actually got the saw boost first try.
Wow.
And it's actually pretty hard because usually you basically crash hitting the saw boost, and that can give you like 1 or 2 seconds of time save. And yeah, it's pretty hard one to do. Like normally on a normal speedrun we don't use them because it's too risky. But like if you're already like behind on your time, you can attempt to take it. It's like almost a free time save if you got it. So yeah, that was the saw boost. There is another one during the campaign. I hope I can hit it. And this is also isolation done. The next level, it's called Repulsion. And on this level, actually, the virus hasn't taken over almost at all. And the the skip route of this level is actually kind of linear. It's not that exceptional because we take some hidden teleporters to get from one section to another. So if you have anything to read right now, it's a good time.
Fantastic. We do have a $10 donation from Ulvind. Donating during my pal Brionic's run. Good luck with Ascension skip and the credit card skip.
Oh.
Also, crab. Thank you very much indeed, Ulvind. Greatly appreciated. Remember, all your donations go towards Save the Children. Please keep them coming in.
Thank you for the donation. Yeah, there are a few skips that you'll see later, which are pretty hard, but I'll keep them for later. So there is actually one skip here, which involves this hidden teleporter. It's not actually a skip, it's a shortcut, but in order to take this shortcut, we need to land on these 3 really small platforms. Okay,
wow.
I did it. And landing on this is actually pretty hard because you can actually lose control pretty easily. And yeah, this saves actually quite a bit of time. And yeah.
You don't imagine how skilled it is to control this car.
Yeah.
But
Okay. Next level is compression. I need to be a little bit focused here, so I let Lornoveo explain what I'm gonna do here with the GPS glitch.
What he's gonna do with the GPS glitch. So every car in the game except this one has a GPS with it. This one has not a GPS, but can still utilize that functionality. With this functionality, the car can go through the kill.
Through kill grids?
Through kill grids, yeah. And basically, the car will not crash into 100 pieces. And,
basically, the car will not crash during when you pass through the kill grids, but only when you keep the GPS button pressed, like this. So the car didn't crash. I'm keeping the GPS button pressed, and what I'm going to do now is trying to hit a cutscene trigger that makes us invincible. The point is, when you use the GPS glitch, if you don't hit a checkpoint, you have to keep the GPS button pressed the whole time, because basically what happens is that the car doesn't have a GPS installed. So basically, the code of the car breaks, but it breaks in a beneficial and in a negative way. Like you can pass through kill grids, but you can't also jump or use wings. The point is, basically what I did there is I passed through that kill grid in order to hit a cutscene trigger that made us invincible. Because when I let go of the GPS button, the car instantly crashes if you pass through a kill grid. So basically, we hit the trigger that makes us invincible in order to not crash at all, basically. And this glitch is used in 4 levels in the game. In this level too, but it saves a little bit less. But on the previous level, it saved something like 9 seconds over the normal route, which is like it's a lot on this game because like every skip matters. Like for how much you skip, every little time gain is actually a lot. So this level is called Research, and it's basically a research facility, and it's supposedly like it's actually open to interpretations, but from what I could understand, it was basically used to research like the effects on the virus, but except for the fact that virus actually took over this structure as well. The point is that this level is very long. It lasts something like 4 minutes, even with skips, which is a lot. And like there are skips in this level, but there are all small ones which save like half a second or a second or 2 seconds, but they don't save that much to like reduce drastically the time saved on this map. Because basically each section is like very far apart from each other, and they're only connected by teleporters, so you're forced to take those teleporters. Since this level is a bit long, I'm gonna do this GPS glitch right here, just to show that, like, even if even if the glitch can be used just for like a little bit of a really small skip, it's still useful. So here we pass through this kill grid with the GPS glitch. From now on, we can't use jump or wings, so we have to rely on our thrusters only. What I'm going to do here is basically hit a checkpoint, which I missed it. Okay, that's
fine. It's fine. You can retry.
Like I basically have like a point of reference there to look at to see where the teleporter, where the checkpoint is, so I can respawn inside the building. So while I try, if you have anything else to read or say, I think it's the time to do that.
Yes, sorry about that. We have received $5 from Safasano. Apologies if I butchered that. Hello from the Italian speedrun community. We're all supporting our boy Brionac. After countless hours of grinding for the best times, I've got only one thing to say. Remember, car goes broom. Thank you very much indeed for that generous donation.
So here there was like an unskippable cutscene, which was very, very short. Actually, it basically made the level completely dark. I actually wanted to make to let you notice something really, really important. Like it's the most important thing that you need to understand about this game. This car has this klaxon, which is basically the school trumpet, and I love it.
The developer did program like this.
Yeah, exactly.
So they were like 200. Like
yeah, this klaxon during my normal runs is actually my anti-stress because it's so fun to use.
Also, you wanna talk about the beautiful skin of your car?
Yeah, well,
ESA
yeah. I mean, it's just like ESA, the ESA color palettes used on this car. It's nothing more, nothing less. But the main menu that was at the beginning was actually way cooler, and I didn't make it. You're gonna see it later when I'm done with the first category. But yeah, going back to the game, from now on, the next levels, which are, I don't remember how many left, maybe 6 or 7, something like that, maybe a little bit less. They're gonna be like completely taken over by the virus. As you can see, they're getting red in tone. Okay, we finished this really long level and we can pass to something a bit more interesting. So next level is called Contagion, and on this level we start with a skip where we go basically upside down like this. Try to land here. Okay, I managed to do it.
the laser is gonna cut your car over there. So
yeah. Oh yeah. I didn't explain that before, but basically, both saws and lasers can cut your car in two pieces if you hit them in very hard ways, and this can actually be not ideal, but in some cases it can actually be beneficial. We'll see that later with the second campaign, but yeah, so basically keep in mind that your car can be cut in half.
keep in mind the speedrunners are really smart to think about some strats, but yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna see later. So this level actually gets a lot more cluttered with the buildings and... Oh, okay, I didn't see the building there for some reason, okay. Yeah. So there is a lot more clutter with the buildings here, so we need to be a bit more careful. And I was almost exploding. I didn't hit a trick there, but it's fine. So the next section ahead basically has two consecutive normal teleporters, which are connected by each other. But there is a crevice here, which we can use to pass inside and get to the second teleporter already. Basically skipping one. Skipping a little bit, a small section. So we get here a little bit like upon the main path here, but we get right back on track. And that's the end zone. We're gonna hit it in a moment. Here we go.
Nice.
And next level is called Overload, and on this level, probably all the obstacles are basically the most aggressive of all the levels, and we gotta be careful. Like, we have those moving lasers, those moving souls that go back and forth. So we need to stay a little bit.
Yeah, or far.
Yeah, exactly. And there is a teleporter right ahead, but we basically do this maneuver to. I didn't do it, but we basically what we want to do is basically turn around so that we can hit another hidden teleporter and get a little bit more ahead on the level. It wasn't perfect, but it was good enough to save a little bit of time. So yeah, there is another skip with the hidden teleporters here, which is actually pretty hard to do to take, because there are two rotating gears, which can actually obstacle you a lot. So I need to be a little bit concentrated here to pass through these two crevices here. I did it. Nice.
Wow.
That was like, it seemed easy. Like,
No, it's not.
like everything I do here seems like easy, but it's not. Like, it takes like hundreds of hours of practice to do all this stuff I did. Like, without crashing, at least. Oh, here there's the other soul boost. Let's see if I can get it. No.
Oh.
Okay, gonna try again.
Good attempt.
Okay, no, didn't work as I expected.
Yeah,
Last
this
time,
is what happens when
Yeah.
when you get cut.
yeah, basically, when you get cut, you basically lose a part of your car, but you can still proceed, basically. Obviously, the car gets harder to drive, but you can still proceed. This is the end zone of the level, and we're getting to Ascension, where there is another GPS glitch abuse, where we need basically pass through kill grids. Basically, this level has a main path, then there is another shortcut path, but this level is built like in 3 sections stacked upon one upon another. And what we're going to do is basically pass through kill grids, and through those kill grids there are actually some spaces where we can pass. And by holding the GPS glitch and not crashing while doing so, we can basically save like 20 seconds or more by basically going up all the time. So I'm gonna need a little bit of concentration here. Let's see if I can get it. So here's the first section. Then I'm gonna land there with a few twisty tricks. Gonna land here, hopefully. Not hit the laser there. Do another trick. Try to. Okay. Okay, then we need to hit that checkpoint here, because otherwise we won't respawn here.
Nice.
Reset, and basically we skipped like huge part of the level by doing so. And this is basically the best use of the GPS glitch, but there is one more use on the final level. It's actually not the final level, because this campaign also has a credits level, which we need to play in order to finish the campaign. So, so yeah, on this final section is actually a pretty straight one. The only thing that I want you to notice is that there is like an obstacle that tracks where we are. At some point, it will crash down. We just avoid it like that. And okay, this is the end of Ascension, which is the
Second last.
second last, exactly. This is the final level before credits, which is called Enemy. And here I need a little bit of concentration to pull up a skip. So I will let Lord Noveo explain.
It needs a lot of concentration, because needs to... Basically, there are 3 sections on this last level. He needs to pass those kill grid with a GPS skip. Remember, you cannot use wing, you cannot jump. And you will pass 2 parts of the level and reach directly the 3rd part. Remember, you don't need to hit those checkpoints. And yeah, we are close to it.
Okay, I'm gonna stay close here. I can't use wings because I have the GPS glitch
Yeah.
activated, but it's fine. I'm actually, I should be fine. I lost actually a little bit of time. Technically, I could have done this faster, but by hitting the trigger from behind, we hit the 3rd trigger of the level, and I hit it because the sound is right. Yeah, basically we're on the 3rd section of the level, where basically on each section of this level there are 3 cores which we need to break. But in order to trigger the defeat of the virus, we just need to hit the 3rd one. So we're gonna take a path that brings us to the...
We need to crash that virus, basically.
yeah, exactly.
Just driving into the virus. It's
Okay, here we go.
Nice.
I hit the 3rd trigger,
Let's go.
and yeah, the virus is gone. We basically saw it for like, I don't know, 10 seconds or so. And yeah, technically a teleporter should open there, at least the 3D model, but it's actually there. We don't see it, but it's not important. Yeah, we hit the teleporter. Here we have a cutscene that we can't skip, but the next part is also important. So I'm gonna explain it before. Yeah, basically the car right now is going back to Earth, is trying to track where the main station where it needs to deliver all the data about the virus is. So here we go. Here we try to hit an invincibility trigger, and then we go here. Basically on the grass there is a kill grid, but with the GPS glitch we can avoid it. What we're doing here is basically cut a section of this level to get to the final section trigger faster. And we can pass under this, which is conveniently just high enough to pass through it. This part is a little bit slow because there is a drag trigger that slows us down, but here I hit the final trigger, and by crashing the cutscene actually breaks for some reasons. We can't really see what's happening, like the car, like it's teleported there, then it clips through the building. And
Doing speedrunning things, but
yeah, normally it shouldn't look like this, but since it's faster, we use it. And yeah, this is the last level of this campaign, but we still have credits, which is a level. And the credits level actually has 2 skips. And I'm gonna use the fastest one that goes to the backers section of the game, because the devs actually put a section dedicated to backers. And what I do, so if you want, if you have anything to read, it's time to do that.
okay, yes.
I need to restart.
It's fine.
But yeah, as I said,
Failing the credits is...
yeah, if you have anything to read, it's a good time. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna take the normal path,
The safest.
the safest path. Yeah.
I mean, they are just credits, come on. Don't need to try hard.
Yeah, sometimes it can happen that you can choke here. Basically, the safe skip actually basically skips one of those triggers that brings you from one part of the level to another. And what we do is basically break on one trigger, go around it, and finish to get to the end zone, which is there, which is another end zone of the level. So basically there are 2 end zones. We get to this one and we finish the first campaign. Okay. First campaign done.
Well done.
Yeah, sorry for the inconvenience. While I set up for the second campaign, if you have anything to read, it's time to do that. Sorry.
Thank you very much. We do have plenty here. We have Vesitas with $10. I hope this makes sense to you. Good luck, Mr. Cool Brionac. Everyone, spam Chef Franco to help Brianco, to help Brionac DS. Not quite sure what that means, but hey, thank you for your donation anyway. Zuris gives us $5. Hey, fun fact, the level research has an object layer called I'm So Sorry, Oh Man I, that has multiple kill grids in it. Hoping you do well, Brionac. And that's from Zuris. And we've received $25 from Pines of Chaos. All right, Brionac, hear me out, don't crash. Thank you very much indeed for your generous donations. Remember, everything goes towards Save the Children. Please, please keep those donations coming in. Thank you so much indeed for your generosity.
Thank you everyone for the donations. But in particular, there is Pines of Chaos, which basically made the main menu level that you've seen in the beginning. And I'm gonna show it a little bit maybe at the end. So thank you, Pines. So this is
New campaign.
the second campaign, which is a bit harder than the one that they did before. It's called Lost to Ecos, and it's basically kind of a sequel campaign to the Nitronic Rush campaign, which is basically like this game is basically based on Nitronic Rush, which is the first project of Refract Studios as a like student dev project. And basically, it's the first game that this game took inspiration from, and it takes place on the same city of Nitronic Rush, which is Nitronic City, but with a little bit of differences between the levels. Like, something has changed between like the first game and this one.
Your car, first of all.
Yeah, I changed the car because basically on this campaign the GPS glitch doesn't work. So we're just using the main car, which is this one. But yeah. As I said before, so basically this is Nitronic City, and on the first game, the city is like some sort of perfect futuristic city with like synthwave vibes. But at some point something goes wrong, and the main core of the city goes crazy, and your car once again functions as an antivirus. And basically destroys the core and brings the city back to normality. And on this campaign, it happens the same, but with a little bit of difference. There is the Eco engine, which is an engine below the surface of this city, which is actually threatening the city this time. So yeah, that's basically how the plot works on this campaign. I'll make you notice some differences on this campaign between the first one and this one. So basically, there are no wings, because this campaign is meant to be like an hardcore challenge for distance players, and we don't have wings. We can only control our car with thrusters. That's also why I disabled the Campaign Plus cheat. I mean, the category I'm going to play is Lost Ecos. I'm playing is Lost Ecos default, but yeah, that's the reason basically. We're playing this without wings. And another thing that is different between the first campaign and this one, it's that the first few levels are heavily focused on parkouring. And so yeah, here, for example, we actually had to stretch a little bit our boost to get from one building to another, because otherwise we wouldn't have make it. Yeah, the third level is already done. This campaign is actually kind of short. It's actually 7 or 8 levels in total, but it also has one of the craziest skips of the available campaigns in this game. So the Sentinel still watches. The same goes for this level as the ones before. There is a lot of parkouring between buildings. Like, you're almost not on the road all the time. You're basically riding every time the buildings. So you have to be careful, because if you crash, as I said before, if you don't hit checkpoints, and you crash, you need to start from the beginning, and it's bad. We don't want that. And okay, I hate the cooldown trick there, which was actually pretty tight. And on this category, there are also cutscenes that we can skip. You mostly won't notice them because I'll go around them.
You skip.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there is a gate here that is closed, but as soon as we approach it, it should open. We land a trick here by almost exploding our car, but it's fine. So here on this checkpoint, instead of going straight, we go here on the side and try to land here, navigate through those spikes, and yeah, we skipped a cutscene trigger that otherwise it would have cost us like probably 1 minute, because the section where it would have teleported us, it would have been very, very long. So this level is almost done, and the next one is actually pretty complex, so I'll let Lord Noveo explain what is going on, but I'll first explain one thing only. So on this campaign there are like some sections where there are random spikes that land on the ground. You can notice where they land with landmarks, with the orange landmarks that are there, so we can make out our own path. So here there is a skip that I need Lord Noveo to explain.
Yeah, so basically developers needed to eat more pasta or taking some more coffee, and they forgot to close a little hole in the map.
Yeah.
And this is where Brionac is going right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna...
With a really precise movement with the boosters.
Oh, I crashed. That's bad.
You can see it's really, really tight. Like.
Okay. Just like.
Fine,
okay.
you can retry.
Yeah. It's a bit hard, and it's also
it.
like, as you know, probably this game is very dark, so it's actually hard to see. I'm gonna try again. You can see the hole where you pass, like almost at the end, so it's actually a bit hard, and it's not over because there is a kill grid here that we need to avoid, and we need to land here.
Now.
Okay, I done it, and this trick actually served for one purpose only, to go out of bounds, because this level is completely enclosed, and there are a few other out of bounds like holes where we can go, but that's the most fast one because we go out of bounds of the level immediately. We also need to go inbounds again, like actually exiting this wall section. So we'll basically, like, we're not supposed to be here, but it's fine. We're here, we're skipping, we're saving a little bit of time. So here there's another crevice. I'm gonna jump here. Okay. We land on this building and we're basically outside again, and we skipped a wall section which saved us probably 10 seconds compared to a normal route with like inside the building strategies. It took me a little bit more, but it's okay. It's not really a big deal. This level, it's actually pretty normal one, because it's actually a straight followed by a downward section and followed by another straight, but there are a few skips that we can do here. Okay, this didn't work, but it's fine. So basically I'm gonna explain that. So basically there are those mines that send you randomly in random section, and like in random directions on the level. If they send us like on down on the track, and they send us fast enough, we can actually skip the kill grid that is that is like on the ground, because we're going too fast and the game doesn't calculate that we actually gone through the kill grid. So that's one skip, but I also actually did another one right now, which basically involved skipping another big cutscene trigger. And after that, I actually went through another hole that brought us out of bounds. We're not supposed to be here again, but we're basically cutting a little bit of road this time. It's basically not extreme as the other skip, because the other skip with the mine actually... Okay, I didn't hit the trigger. I hit it now. Okay. Okay. I had to actually go in circles to hit it, but it's fine. here we hit another trigger, which brings us to the final section of the level. And yeah, there are a few skips in this level that I didn't have much time to explain because there are
so many. Like,
but yeah, I basically did like the safest one. The next level is actually like this is the craziest skip that has been found by one player on the level on distance community, which is called Omenai. Shoutouts to him, and he also found other skips in the game. But I'll let Lornoveo explain because I need to stay really focused.
Yeah. In this level, you can go out of bounds, but your car is too fat to go out of bounds. So you remember lasers? You can use lasers, not for your disadvantage, but for your advantage. You can cut your car by half and basically go out of bounds with the lead over there. Oh.
There
okay.
We go. Okay.
Nice.
Now
This is perfect.
This is actually pretty good.
Wow, like first attempt?
Yeah. Okay, let's see if I can actually complete this because this is actually more harder than it's harder to it down. Continue to explain, please. So
yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna explain this myself. So basically, we go around these kill grids, but it's not over yet because we actually need to go between a kill grid gap, which is like right up here. I need a bit of concentration here.
Yeah, yeah.
It's actually pretty hard. Okay.
There are so many kill grids. I remember you cannot touch them.
That's unfortunate. I need to retry this.
It's fine, it's fine.
I actually crashed once when I brought distance in ESA Winter 2019, so it's fine. But I'm gonna try it again because it's actually really cool. That was actually perfect though. Like the cut was
cut was really
just perfect. So yeah, like it's not only about cutting your car, but it's also about like going through those kill. Oh, again, nice.
Again, yeah.
Nice. Like.
The kill grids are really close between each others, and without GPS glitch, you cannot be confident in going into them. You need to go into those gaps.
Yeah, I need a little bit of concentration here because if I crash again, I need to take the normal route, which I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember it because I always use these skips. And let's see, should be nice.
Ooh.
Nice. Okay, gonna land here safely. Here there is a crevice that brings us back into the level. Here we land another trick just to be safe. And yeah, this is the credit card skip, which has been found by now by Omenai again. Like, it was originally discovered on another level where you actually needed to cut your car almost like the thickness of a credit card. But on this level, you actually need a little bit less. You basically cut like half of your car to reduce the hitbox of the car and pass through gaps where you couldn't pass otherwise. I'm gonna do something here that I need to do because otherwise it's gonna be too late. Just for fun. Let's see.
Any flexing over there?
This is a no stand. It's the most useless trick in the game, but it's also the coolest one. Okay, I can let it go.
Flexing.
This last level is actually, there's not much left to say, and there are if there is anything to read, go ahead.
Oh yes, there is. We've got plenty here. $5 from Zuris, again, who says, if you didn't understand my previous donation message, Ohm and I found multiple out-of-bounds skips in the adventure levels during testing, as you've mentioned, especially in research. The developers seem to be sorry about that. Thank you very much indeed for that. Star Hoarder, another $5. There is a distance arcade cabinet at DigiPen's front lobby.
Oh,
that's true.
Didn't know that, but again, thank you very much indeed. We have also received from KP $100 without a comment. Thank you so much. And for now, we have Fazonium, $20. Great work on your Campaign Plus run, and good luck on your Lost to Echoes run. Maybe one day I can recover from getting burnout from this game and go back to speedrunning it, but I have barely had the time or motivation anymore. Glad to at least watch you play live at ESA again, and remember, car go vroom. Thank you very much indeed.
Okay, so we're on the last level. I basically done mostly most of the level. Basically, I'm basically going through a series of gates that trigger some cutscenes, which will bring us to the final section of the level. Time will be when basically the loading screen appears at the end. And so yeah, this is the last section. We basically defeated the eco engine, but the city is so wrecked up that the only choice we have is to delete the city entirely. And we basically delete the city, but the point is that for some reasons the city was actually an operating system. It was actually a simulation, supposedly at least. And time is going to be in 3, 1. Time.
GG.
Let's go.
So it was really a bit stressing because actually after I submitted, I realized that the estimate was a little bit like
You were brave, like.
yeah, it was like a little bit on the edge, but I managed to go underestimate by almost 30 seconds. But without further ado, I would just like to thank a few people. First of all, ESA Marathon and all the readers, all the crew that is here for letting me run distance. I would like to thank the Italian speedrun community for supporting me, and also for restreaming the Italian the ESA Marathon. I would like to thank the distance community, all the distance players that donated, in particular Pines of Chaos for this beautiful main menu or this main menu level, and there is also the DVD the DVD screensaver made by him. It's incredible.
Shut up.
I would like to thank my family, which is probably watching. I would like to thank Romeo.
Welcome.
And probably it's all from me. So thank you for watching.
Thank you very much indeed. Just before we go to a quick intermission, we have just passed the $68,000 mark.
Woo!
For Save the Children, $68,023. Please keep those donations coming in. We're going to have a quick intermission and we will be right back.